1 degree outside, Weather Network, meteorologist Matt Noyes. This video is going to take you through the tail end of the weekend and into the upcoming new week as well. Got to take Sunday off. It's been a busy stretch. It's the Super Bowl, for goodness sake. Go Pats. We'll look at the Pats forecast for the Super Bowl coming up during the Saturday snow. So many of you kept in touch with us in the app. You could send us pictures and video with the Send to Us tab. And a whole bunch of you came and found us on New England's only streaming weather network, Smart TV, online, or you can watch it in our app as well. It's up 24/7. We put a whole bunch of updates during the snow up on the streaming network. Meanwhile, if you're watching this Sunday, you're still in it. If you're watching this Saturday night, we're getting into the cold. And I don't use the term dangerous cold hardly ever. I think you can count on probably one hand in the last 25 years the amount of times it's been dangerous cold. This is one of those times, though. There's a lot of really intense cold and wind chill coming in. We're going to look at that in a second. First of all, what made this kind of crazy storm? It was a wave of low pressure developing along and ahead of an Arctic front. And one of the things that Danielle and I were talking about leading into this is I was saying, look, anytime you get a wave of low pressure on an Arctic front, you're going to get overperformance where you get more snow, and you're going to get surprises, things that are happening in different spots that wasn't necessarily expected. In this case, because we were anticipating that we would probably get that overperformance, we were able to kind of hedge in that direction. But still, that doesn't mean it came without surprises. I mean, there were spots that picked up a lot and a little, kind of close to each other. Classic storm development along and ahead of an Arctic front behavior. Now we watch for the rest of the night that we get ocean effect snow onto Cape Cod. Again, if you're watching this on Sunday, we've already had it. You had a little bit around still in the early morning on Sunday, but bottom line here is we're talking about the cold, dry air building in for everybody except the outer Cape, where you still pick up some ocean effect snow showers into the first part of Sunday. Total snowfall amounts over a foot in Essex County, whether you're at the top of the county or the bottom of the county. 13 at Salisbury, 12 at Beverly. Middleton, Mass, picking up 11.2. Wasn't just Northeast Mass. It was Voluntown, Connecticut. It was Kingstown, Rhode Island. We had a whole other band of ocean-enhanced snow that came into Rhode Island and Connecticut, and that made a difference. And then there were spots that ended up getting it all kind of dropping down over you, like the South Shore, Hanover, picking up over half a foot of snow. Here's what it looks like aloft. This was all the energy that was over us. So not only an Arctic front at the surface, but a ton of jet stream level energy and mid-level energy. There it goes, shipping off to the east. Do we have another one coming at us? We do. This one's going to drop in here for Tuesday night, Wednesday. At this point, it looks like because it's coming in to our north, it's more snow showers or an area of light snow. But notice it does kind of close off right overhead at midweek. So we'll get to that in a second. Meanwhile, temperatures as of this evening recording, you can see the cold air pouring in. The Arctic front well-defined. Gusts have been exceeding 50 miles an hour in spots of western New England. We will all get gusts of 45 to 50 at times during the overnight. The wind chill as of when you're watching this, if you watch when I post it, is already 20 below zero from Montpelier, Vermont to Pittsfield, Massachusetts, but that is going to bleed east. Notice the gusts during the overnight, 35 to 40 miles per hour. Again, at times, 45 to 50 in peak gusts that may occur. And then the wind does start to come down gradually over the course of Sunday, but it's still a very breezy day. This has an impact on frostbite. So the way that wind chill works is when the wind blows, it sweeps the heat from off of your skin. If you have exposed skin, then you're vulnerable to wind chill. If you cover everything up, including a face mask, you're not. You're just vulnerable to the actual cold temperature. But with the wind figured in, that wind chill gets down to minus 18, minus 23, minus 27. You line that up with a legend we've got at the top. Any place in yellow, overnight, Saturday night into Sunday early mornings, got 30-minute exposure, you get frostbite. The orange is where it's 15-minute exposure, you get frostbite. Some of the high terrain of the Berkshires, 10 minutes of exposure, and you end up with frostbite. Now, as we get through the day on Sunday, that really peels back to the mountains. If you're into winter sports and you said, darn it, I'm going skiing anyway, just make sure you're totally covered up, and that's going to take care of you, right? And obviously bundled up for the cold itself as well. Heading out to Super Bowl parties on Sunday evening. Again, frostbite, not a real concern unless you're going to be in the mountainous terrain. That's about it. How about when the Super Bowl is over and you're headed back home? That starts to expand a little bit through western Massachusetts and then bleeds down through parts of the Western Lakes region, the foot of the White Mountains down into the Monadnock region. region as well. So certainly make sure that you've got all your stuff on you. The other thing I'll say is if you're going to be out traveling and out and about, just keep in mind, if you do end up broken down, you're going to wish that you had all the winter gear. So it's good to just throw it in the car anyway to be on the safe side. Actual low temperatures do go below zero all the way down to the Massachusetts Turnpike and beyond for the overnight on Saturday night. Sunday's highs never make it out of the single digits and teens, which is why even during the day, your wind chill value is probably going to be running about or below zero in most spots. Then, of course, there's the Super Bowl, right? And the weather's a little different out there. It's going to be great. Temperatures in the 60s at kickoff, cooling a bit as we head toward game's end, but fantastic for the Patriots win, I hope. Some of you, if you watch this video late enough, are going to know the answer to that. So hopefully that's a good prediction. But nonetheless, low temperatures Sunday night, back below zero in northern New England, single digits for the rest of us. Monday's not as bad. The wind starts to ease off. Well, there's a breeze out of the northwest. You can see about 10, 11 miles an hour, but not as strong. Temperature's going to be running in the 20s. And then remember I told you about that next disturbance that comes in here as we get out toward midweek. So you're pretty quiet until then, aside, of course, from the cold. Then by the time we get to Tuesday, late day and evening, in come the snow showers. That's with you on Tuesday through Tuesday night. And then it looks like on Wednesday, you still have, remember we looked at the energy right overhead? There'll still be snow showers that pop up and heavier squalls across the mountains. So that'll be the next one we'll be watching for you. In terms of impact for mariners, obviously you've got freezing spray that's going on. But as we get out into the upcoming week, I can tell you the waves after Sunday aren't that bad. If you go far enough offshore, you still get 9 footers from George's Bank up to the northern flank. But generally nearshore waters, it does come down as we head through the first part and then the middle of this week as well. Even Tuesday, the wind starts to pick up out ahead of that disturbance, but it's not bad. It's a 2 to 3 foot sea, maybe 2 to 4 feet by the time we get along about Wednesday. Just a reminder with the changing weather, swag.onedegreeoutside.com if you want to rep your favorite forecast brand. That's how it looks for now. Have a great rest of the weekend. See you bright and early Monday morning.